I want to welcome everybody to the Is It Just Me Insight with T show. And we're going to talk about the scandal that hit future Shannon Sharpe's $100 million podcast deal revealed after Star gambled with a career by releasing a raunchy, dirty, disgusting tape. And here you have it, Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay. Mr. I don't date black women, but he has black kids, black children. He messed up $100 million for a piece of tail. Now, if anybody knows anything about this former NFL star, he's a Hall of Famer. This guy has been accused by a 19, 20-year-old, 21, whatever, point blank, saying that he has sexually assaulted her. And according to Steve Brunner, he's the reporter on this case, it says the depths of anger at ESPN revelation of the sexual abuse is just, it's enormous, overwhelming. And what I don't understand about black men and as a whole, this is just me, I'm a black man, happily married. Why can't you just find one? I don't care who you choose. Why can't you just find one woman and settle down with this woman? Why do you have to be an individual who goes on OnlyFans? I don't care if you go backdoor, whatever you call it. Why do you have to go and pay to play? I'm going to tell you what I feel. This is just my personal opinion. A lot of these men don't love themselves, don't know how to love, but they know how to be sexual deviants. It's just my opinion. This is fair use, allegedly. And Shannon Sharpe, let's read it. It says, Shannon Sharpe's hopes of securing a massive $100 million podcast deal has collapsed following allegations of sexual assault. Sources told the U.S. Sun. The ESPN pundit has enjoyed runaway success with his shows on Volume Podcast Network since leaving Undisputed on FS1 in 2023. Now here it is, you have it. Women are coming out the woodworks on Shannon Sharpe. A Michelle woman who he released a sex tape with, she's coming after him. They're claiming, allegedly, that you can go check this out for yourself, that he has choked other women. This man is violent. Excuse me. This man is a deviant. And that's the only way I can describe this man. He talks on the show with OCHO CINCO about how he's showing he's got his rubbers ready and he gets it in. A grown man, you're a grown man talking about how you getting it in with another man. To me, that's something that's just perverse, in my opinion. And it's just my opinion. It's called, Is It Just Me? It's my opinion. This man has squandered $100 million for a piece of tail. I don't care who she is, if she's white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, whatever, Arabic. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't know how to control your own penis, at 56, when will you ever learn? He always talks, my grandma said this, my grandma said that. I don't know if he ever mentioned his grandfather, but my grandma told me this, It was a song when I was young. It said, Mama used to say, take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get old. Mama used to say, take it in your stride. Mama used to say, live your life. This man didn't listen to nothing his grandmama said, because I'm guaranteeing she didn't tell him to be a pervert. She didn't tell him to be out here being a fornicator. She probably told him when he was younger, boy, with great power come great, hey, you gotta keep it in your pants. With all this money, great power, great success, You have to know you have been blessed. But when you out here doing all of this filthy, raunchy, nasty stuff, and you saying, hey, it slipped out, the sex tape got out, I think, well, I'm not going to say it because I can't say even allegedly. It got out there. He should be embarrassed of that. You have daughters. You have family members. You have friends. Unless you just don't give a care about it. Shannon Sharpe was hoping to land a huge 6-figure deal. That was a 7-figure for his podcast network before the allegations became public. Here you have him. KATT Williams told him all of these sexual deviants, he said sexual deviants are going to be exposed. He told him that in January 2024. And then after that, Monique came on there. And she told him, you don't need no 26-year-old. You don't need no 36-year-old. You need you an old woman that can rub your feet, give you some toast and some apple butter and help you. But he said, no, I don't want that. He said he wants a sinner. We all sin. I sin, you sin, we all sin. But he said he didn't want a woman who was going to hold him down. He wanted a woman that he can tie down, meaning sexually. This man is a deviant. And to each his own. That's his personal problem. But guess what? For those of you who are Bible thumpers, it's saying Galatians 6:7 in the Bible. God is not one to be mocked. When you're sowing with a view to the flesh, you're going to reap what you sow. And that's what he did. How can a 19, 20, 21-year-old get over on him like this? Because this man has never grown up. This man is living in the past. This man has never matured. I got friends like him. And I'm going to say it. To me, it seemed like the people from New York and them Southern brothers, for some reason, they have such a hate for themselves, in my opinion, allegedly, and they have a love or a lust for white women. Because white women do things that black women will not do. And I'm just going to say it. It's just true, allegedly, because I got so many friends that have told me this. They go for the white women because they do things that the black women won't do. But I got to throw something in here. I got to throw a monkey wrench. Black women are doing the same thing nowadays. But I'm going to say what Mace and Cameron talked about, and shout out to them. May said that if this was a Kanisha or a Latanya or someone from the hood, she would have cussed him out. He'd have bought her a car or this or that. She wanted probably some money, some trips or whatever. And it had been done and over with. But with Becky, the snow bunnies as they call them, this is his fetish. They take. They don't just let you get away with it. They take. I was watching the one divorce court. And one black man said on divorce court to the judge, Maybelline, said, now I see why black men date white women so much. She checked him. She said, let me tell you something, young man. This was from some years ago. She said to him, I have white men in here crying, begging me daily to free me from this white woman. Free me. I want a divorce. Crying, begging, pleading. And the people in the back of the show was clapping because he made a statement. Now I see why black men date white women. You black men, you better learn something. It says the U.S. Sun has spoken to sources at ESPN who claim Sharpe's career may never recover from the recent revelations. I don't think it's going to recover, y'all. That's just me. I don't think it's going to recover because they're going to drag him. They're going to do him like OJ. They're going to do him like Bill Cosby and any and everybody else. You can just name them. His flagship show, Club Shay Shay, has attracted millions of listeners and boasts over 4 million YouTube subscribers. KATT Williams is the result of that. I got to say, KATT Williams put him up there. KATT Williams, I think that show has maybe 70, 80 million views. It tops Joe Rogan's show. Joe Rogan held the title, but now Shannon Sharpe has the title. It says, with Sharpe's deal with Volume, the network owned by Fox anchor Colin Cowherd recently expires. Insider says multiple new offers have been on the table. However, the emergence of two separate sexual misconduct lawsuits, which include graphic text messages, and it was very graphic, and she's talking. She's like, I don't want to be choked. And I don't know if they're doing cosplay, whatever, but it was very graphic. Seen by the U.S. Sun has forced the three-time Super Bowl winner to step away from appearing on First Take until later this year. I don't think he's coming back. I think that's it. I think they're going to be done with him. Unless something happened. Jonathan Majors, he was dealing with his white snow bunny that was chasing him through the streets of New York. And the only reason why I'm laughing is that brother was running blocks and that woman was running in heels and she was on him. I'm just like, it was like a runaway slave, like she was telling her slave to come back. This white woman chased Jonathan Major through some blocks and she had heels on. That was funny. But anyway, it says U.S. Sun understands the allegations have sent shockwaves through ESPN to derail plans by other media companies to acquire his podcast properties. They're not gonna do it. Look at this. Look. So many people are upset. It says new faces favorite to replace Shannon Sharpe revealed after star hit with this sexual lawsuit. Sharpe claims second. Shannon Sharpe accuser says he sexually assaulted her and threatened her. This man has a snow bunny love. He has snow bunny. And that's to remember to each his own. But these big country buck and these New Yorkers, I'm telling it like I see it. Oh my goodness. Let me move on, y'all. The Denver Broncos legend has been eyeing major six-figure deals for the entire Shay Shay network, which includes Club 520 podcast, the Bubba Dub show. Bubba Dub. Come on, that's country in the mud. And Humble Baddies. But a source close to Sharpe who works on First Take said the 52-year-old has gambled with his career amid a slew of disturbing allegations from the lawsuits. According to the court's documents, Sharpe, 56, allegedly violently sexually assaulted and penetrated a 20-year-old woman in October of 2024 as she begged him to stop. He even talked about, I'm choking you. When I see you, I might choke you in public. This man crazy. You need help. You're a sexual deviant. You're a pervert, allegedly. This fair use, but you need help. You need to go seek counseling. The U.S. Sun has also obtained separate lawsuits filed by another of Sharpe's former girlfriends, Michelle Bundy Evans, who claims she was also assaulted. It's terrible. It is terrible what this man is going through. But you brought it upon yourself. You didn't listen to Monique. You didn't listen to KATT. KATT told you in January 2024, all the sexual deviants are going to be exposed. So you were one of them. P. Diddy is one of them. And whoever else is going. They always on R. Kelly, all these deviants. Why don't these men just settle down, find one woman? You done ran through so many of them. Find one woman, settle down, and be married. Be happy. That's all I'm be happy. The podcast deals are off the table, said the source. Shannon's reputation has ruined everything. Getting all that money is no longer reality. Sad. But you brought it on yourself. When you're out there doing the things, it says what's done in the dark will come out in the light. The insider added that revelations of Sharpe's relationships with a much younger woman has likely turned off any remaining potential investors. And I'm going to say it. Because she's white, that's why. Because she's white, that's why. Because she's white, that's why. And then he's not helping himself any better by saying, oh, when I see you in public, I'm going to choke you. I might choke you. She said, Shannon, that wouldn't be good. I might choke you. But he don't want to be seen in public. No one takes his picture or talks to him. But when he's with his white girl, I might choke you in public. The insider added that the revelations of Shannon's relationship with much younger woman will likely turn off any remaining potential investors. Shot yourself in the foot. Shannon Sharpe breaks silence on $50 million lawsuit after the tape was out. Now, this is what I don't understand. If you didn't do anything, why did you offer her $10 million? Why? But he said in his defense, he said he wanted to keep everything on the down low. He wanted to keep it out of the public eye. But if you wanted to keep it out of the public eye, why were you, I don't know. This man got gamed by lame. I'm going to say it. These young women nowadays, they're taping you. They have hidden cameras. She's 19, 20, 21. She's a what? What they call them? Zennials? Because she's younger than a millennial. These women know what they're doing. Girls, whatever you want to call them. He's entertaining them. He said he was working out, because I'm going to tell you something. In California, they got the one gym called Equinox. People know about Equinox. I believe it's $500 or more for a membership there. He said he was working out. He saw her. She said she stalked him. So number one, he's a sexual deviant, he's a pervert, and he's a stalker. He might even be considered, allegedly, a dirty old man. This is fair use. He might be allegedly considered a dirty old man. But he stalked this individual. But then, again, she stalked him too. He said he moved out of California, and she followed him to where he resides now, in Las Vegas. She moved from California to Las Vegas. Now, if this is a criminal case, why is she following him? So she's a stalker too. So it's got to be something is kind of fishy here. And you tell me in the comments. Because if she is stalking him, then who's the victim? It can't be he's stalking her and she's calling the police. She never called the police. They're stalking one another. They can't get enough of one another. They both have a sexual appetite that they can't deny each other's company. But back to the story. It says, I can't see anyone wanting to work with him now. The source continues, especially women, white women. But no, just kidding, all women. The U.S. Sun understands Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion Jason Calise is one of the front runners to replace Sharpe on First Take as the controversy continues. He might get it. He's white. It's fair use, y'all. I'm just allegedly, I'm just talking. He names on everyone's lips, a source at the network says Sharpe is facing allegations from the unnamed woman following the end of the relationship in 2024. On Thursday, he announced he would take a temporary leave from ESPN. That's crazy. They want him out of there. He's going to probably be fired. And her name was Zaninga, something. But anyway, Sharpe has denied the allegations, stating he plans to step back ahead of the up-and-coming NFL season. In court documents obtained by the U.S. Sun, the woman claimed Sharpe assaulted her in October 2024, despite her repeated pleas for him to stop. No means no. It says he effed everything up. It's pathetic. It was an ESPN source on Shannon Sharpe's future prospect following the allegations. In a statement posted to Instagram, Sharpe maintained that the relationship was 100% consensual and said he plans to return to ESPN in time for the preseason coverage. So we're going to see. We're going to see if he's going to be back. He said, at this time, I have decided to step away temporarily from my duties at ESPN. He wrote, I will be using this time to focus on my family, which you should have been doing in the first place, and addressing these false and disruptive allegations. Shocking allegations. The woman said that Sharpe met me at a Los Angeles gym in 2023, began consensual relationship that later turned into manipulative and controlling. A source within ESPN says Sharpe continued presence on First Take caused internal tension, with some questioning why the network didn't suspend him immediately. The situation is a complete disaster, the source said. People are shocked, and it is likely his reputation and his career are irreparable damage. It is what it is. It is what it is. They say he choked somebody there. They say he got 23 pending assaults or previous assaults, allegedly. This fair use, allegedly. You do your homework, Google it. Do your own due diligence. But they said they out there. This man is a violent man. This man, I'm 6'2", he's 6'2", but I only weigh 180. This man probably weigh 250. This is a big man, meaning that he's muscular big. Another ESPN employee described the workplace atmosphere as unbearable, like a war zone, adding that many were disgusted by Sharpe. Yeah, when they see him, they disgusted. You choking people, you assaulting people, and women are scared of the big black man. That's what you described yourself. I'm a big black man. That's what he said. He said on his Club Shay Shay all the time. He said with OCHO CINCO, he's always talking about his sexual exploits. This man has a problem. This man needs help, allegedly. He needs to go seek some counseling. But he should have been, instead of getting played by a lame 19, 20, 21-year-old, he should have been dating somebody pretty much older. I don't care what race, background, but pretty much older. Somebody that's ready to settle down. He should have been saying, I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just rest, R-E-S-T, rest a lot instead of crush a lot. But he wants to be out there crushing. But it's his business. He's seen as toxic now, the insider said. Trust has been broken, and people would have complained to management or even resigned if he hasn't stepped down. Yeah, they want him out of there. I can't believe he gambled his career by being with a 20-year-old girl. She's a woman. He effed everything up. It's pathetic. The U.S. Sun reached out to ESPN for comment, but the network declined to respond. So there you have it, y'all. I want you to tell me, what do you think about the exploits of Shannon, Club Shay Shay, Sharpe, and this situation that he got himself into, dealing with this young girl, young woman, whatever you want to identify her as, but she is a snow bunny. He has snow bunny love. That's what he liked, to each his own. You see the girl over here, the woman over here on the right. She said he threatened her, and you know, when will these men learn? When will these men learn? He talked about, he did a disclosure. He had her sign and all of this, because they had these NDAs, non-disclosed agreements, whatever. But you brought this on yourself, Shannon. You lost a $100 million deal for a piece of tail. For a piece of tail. A plain Jane looking little thing off of OnlyFans. 19 years old. You was what, 50, 52, 53, now you're 56? All because you didn't know how to have penis control. I don't know what else to say. Until next time, is it just me?